Dude, what's going on? I'm not amused. Dude, that sounds like a whole bunch. There we are out of bounds, by the way. That sounds like a whole bunch of great news. That was a decent chapter select. Got your degree, first of all. Huge GG. That's a big milestone. You were promoted at work. That's good stuff, because you get your degree. Did you start work after studies and you already got promoted? That sounds nice. And applying for a master's degree. Nice. Really nice. I wish you best of luck with your application. I hope that goes well. Do I plan on running other games? Maybe. I mean, I did. I can't tell you what time that is in. I do or did HCD runs. That's where I started with. That's where I started my speedrunning with. I nearly said speedrunning career. Derp. Decent broken bridges. But other than that, I don't know. I will have to play the game, and if it's really fun, maybe. And I'll be honest, I expect it to be really fun, but you never know. Sometimes sequels are disappointing. I've also considered speedrunning Subnautica, because I really love the game. But I'm not sure I love the speedruns so much. I never tried, honestly, I never tried. Then I tried speedrunning Slime Rancher. And yes, Subnautica is super RNG heavy. That's a really big downside. I tried running Slime Rancher, but the problem with that to me was, well, what was the problem? Like, the basics of the speedrun are pretty easy to get down, but then getting the last 5-6 minutes down from that speedrun is really hard. Like, the skips are, I don't know, some of them were super easy, some of them were really hard, and it just didn't catch me as much as the speedrun of Journey. When I saw the speedrun of Journey, I knew that I want to do that. I just knew, and I just kept practicing and pushing. I remember it was a really hard time learning, for example, chapter select out of bounds or Sunken City out of bounds. I had a really hard time learning these. But yeah, the perspective of being able to do all of this crazy fancy flying things that look like magic, that really kept me pushing. I don't know, when I see another speedrun that looks that awesome, probably I'll do another run. Learn another run, another game. But also, I do like playing games casually, and there are quite a few games on my backlog, so I don't have that much time. And also, when I come back from work in the afternoon, in the evening, often I don't feel like doing speedruns. Right now, I'm really pushing myself to do speedruns every evening. I do have time for it, because I'm practicing for ESA, and I don't want to embarrass myself too much. Key point is too much. So yeah, that's why I'm not... I don't have that much time is what I'm saying for learning new games, I'm afraid. Or I don't want to take myself that much time. I don't want to, I don't want to spend, is what you say in English. I don't want to spend that much time learning speedruns because there are other things that I want to do more. I do have a GameCube, and I actually do have the PAL version of Luigi's Mansion. But guess what I don't have? A GameCube controller. Like, they disappeared at some point. I still don't know where they went, but they are gone. I don't have a GameCube controller. Solar Ash looks cool. Does it? Big think. Big thonk. Big thinker thonk. Hey, out of bounds, first try, let's go. Yeehaw, thanks for the follow, Rain Man. Yeah, the follow alert, I love it. I wanted to have that as a follow alert for quite a while, but I never came around to do that. How are your Luigi's Mansion runs going, by the way, Ferjo? Do you still have time to speedrun? With your new job and master's degree coming up, hopefully. Glot by 0.1 second, I guess, but glot. By at most 0.1 seconds. And you gotta know, my PB has a really, really bad Paradise, which is the last chapter of the game. So if I can get a good Paradise, I can easily make up for being, I don't know, 20 seconds behind, at least, if not more. I'll take any glot. Any glot, anytime. Feels glot, man. So in this room there's, by the way, a cutscene usually, and your camera gets forced to look backwards at that thing. It's like a jump scare. But if you are fast enough, and I was fast enough, and in this category you usually are fast enough, then the game does not have time to turn around your camera, and you're not forced to watch that. And that way you save a little bit of time, and actually not just a little bit of time. I think it's quite substantial. That's another neat trick. You just gotta go fast, too fast for the game. I think that underground was pretty decent also. but we'll only know after the history lesson, which are these cutscenes in between the levels. Call them history lessons because the ancient... I always forget how they're called. They're not called the ancient ones, the ancestors, right? That are the big wayfarers, basically. Give you like an overview of what's going on, what happened, and I kind of don't get the story. I'll be quite frank. I don't really know what the story is, but whatever. The experience is still great. Like it's still emotional, even though I don't quite understand what's going on. Yeah, some of them are skippable. Me, I think I picked up this game. I can't tell you honestly. No idea. Not a year. It must be less than a year, I think. I'm not quite sure. And in between I did very, very little Journey, I think. Yeah, anyway, there is a way to skip the history lessons, and that is in some chapters at least. You can go out of bounds and touch the trigger that brings you into the next chapter without going through the history lesson, because usually it goes a bit like this. You touch a light spot, you go into a history lesson, a gate opens at the end of the history lesson, you then have to walk through that gate, and this is where you hit the trigger for the next chapter. And with some chapters, you can go out of bounds and go around the gate and hit the trigger to go to the next chapter right away. That does not work right now where you saw me watching the history lesson, because the trigger is not loaded in before the history lesson, which is quite an interesting detail, because all the other chapters do have the trigger loaded in, but that one has not. I don't quite know how the devs decided or what they were thinking, but that's what it is. Get me high enough, come on, get me high enough. Yep, I think I made it. So now we are reverse drop shooting. I showed you earlier what drop shooting is, and this is basically the same thing but towards the camera, which has the huge advantage that the camera angle is steeper because it's so steep below the Wayfarer. The disadvantage obviously is you don't really see where you're going, so you have to learn to orientate yourself on visual cues in the ceiling or anywhere else on the ceiling. Solid tower. Let's see how snow goes. That's not ideal. Snow problem. I really love it. That's some decent height right there. So let's see if I can hit the trigger right away. I think I'm missing the trigger. Nope, I think I hit the trigger actually. Yeah, I don't know exactly where or when I hit it, but whatever. You are still in Sunken City right now, glitchless joke. What? Oh, did you start the run together with me? Is that what you said? Kinda can't follow, I'm sorry. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Oh, based on times I see. Blood. It's confused and practicing Sunken City over and over again. What's wrong with the Sunken City? What's not going right? Dude, if I don't screw up Paradise now, that would be super sexy. But I'm also an expert at messing up Paradise, so also I know exactly how I will be super nervous when I approach the ski. I always am in Paradise when I'm on a good pace. I can feel my heart pounding in my head. It's that nervous that I am. Also because it's super exciting if the ski works. If you mess it up, you save me. Thanks. No pressure on you, just pressure on you. No ESA for you. Oh, my bad. I thought you wanted to tell me that will be a very embarrassing experience then. Is there a Twitch channel or like a YouTube channel with that name? Yeah, that's quite common. Like my estimate is very, very generous, like really generous. I can retry skips 2-3 times. So now I'll shut up and focus, okay? Ah, of course I mess up the ski. Is walking faster, is going back faster? I think walking is faster. I will still PB, but that's embarrassing. That could have been a sub 20. Just saying a sub 20 is a time I couldn't have dreamed of. Also, the approach was really good. That's why I'm kind of pissed that I screwed this one up. It could have been great. I just pulled down the camera way too late. I think actually looking up was fine. I looked up too long, and then I hit the invisible wall that cock blocked me. It's still a PB, but I'm so not happy with it. I'm so incredibly not happy with it. Well, sub 21. It's my first sub 21. Izzy, thanks for the follow.